guys, it's Fran, your favorite braid lock YouTuber, and I am back with a new video for you guys for Vlogmas Day 5. So for today's video, I really wanted to talk to you guys about Invisalign. So if you are familiar with any of my content, you know that I have had a pretty big gap. And I've always wanted to change this. I've always wanted to fix it. Not to say that I didn't love my smile with the gap, I did, but overall I kind of did want a change just for my smile, and I figured that was a minor change that I could do. And also because my teeth were pretty much completely straight. It was just closing the gap that I had to change. So that is pretty much why I decided to go ahead and go with it. But to take it back for you guys, I actually wanted to get braces when I was younger, but my mom took me to the dentist, and the dentist basically told her that the only reason I would get braces is to have a movie star smile. He basically said that because my teeth are all fully straight and there's no like overcrowding or bad like under or overbites or anything like that, there was no real reason, like medical reason, that he could say that I would need braces. So he advised against it, just to tell my mom that she didn't have to spend, you know, thousands of dollars on getting my teeth fixed. And I understand that because my mom we were pretty poor growing up, so I didn't press the issue. I was perfectly fine with my teeth, I was perfectly fine with my smile. But when I got older and I had enough to pay it for myself and had really good insurance, I decided to go ahead and go with it. So let's just get into the details of Invisalign. So because my teeth were already straight, when I went to the orthodontist, I basically said that I wanted to go with Invisalign and not with traditional braces. I didn't care to have the brackets on my teeth, like the train tracks that people call them. I didn't want that. I wanted something that was sleek, something that was easy to clean, something I could take out and put back in, and that was the reason why I was going with Invisalign. So when you go to the orthodontist and you tell them that you want Invisalign, they basically have to scan your teeth, take pictures of your teeth, so that they can see whatever issues that you have, because Invisalign can't fix all issues. And if you have a bad enough of an issue, like a lot of overcrowding or anything like that, it might end up to where they have to put you in traditional braces rather than put you into Invisalign. So just keep in mind that some issues can't be fixed with Invisalign, and it's also a reason why they tell you to go with a real orthodontist rather than going through things like Smile Club Direct and all those other ones that are through the mail. It's just because you needed a real orthodontist to look within your mouth to be able to tell you if these issues can be fixed with like these retainers or if they need to be fixed with traditional braces. So went to the orthodontist. He took pictures of my teeth and he basically said that I was a perfect candidate because my teeth were completely straight, my bite was even, pretty much even on track, and I didn't have any crowding. So he said that I was pretty much a perfect candidate for it, and I would just have to worry about closing my gaps. Originally I told him that I only wanted to get the top brackets and not get the bottoms. And he said that usually when people are looking at their smiles, they only see the biggest flaws and they don't notice that there's other things that need to be fixed. And getting just the tops wouldn't make the price any cheaper. So basically, whenever he showed me my teeth, I realized, or he pretty much pointed out to me that where you typically would want to have your teeth, I don't know if this is like a good example, but you typically want your teeth to look like this, like straight up and down with the tops like slightly over the bottoms. But my teeth were kind of like pushed out a little bit where I had the gap at. So even though my teeth were straight, I had what's called like an overjet, which is sort of like an overbite, but I guess it's a little bit different. And so my teeth would need to be, instead of pushed out like this, they would need to be pulled back and resituated so that my bottom teeth were right behind my top teeth, and my top teeth were more so down instead of pushed out a bit. So I was like, okay. And again, getting just the tops doesn't affect the actual overall price. So I just went ahead and got both. And I didn't realize that I did have a lot of spacing between my bottom teeth as well. And I think that's just because my top teeth had such a big gap that's what had my attention and not the different spaces within my teeth. Regardless, so I told them that I did want to get Invisalign. I set up my appointments. They sent the initial price to my dentist, or they sent the initial price to my insurance, and the insurance pretty much messages back and said, all right, this is how much we'll pay, this is how much you will be responsible for. So they send that back and they put that in and they calculate how much is your responsibility versus how much is their responsibility. And then once you're able to pay whatever your responsibility is, they go ahead and set up your appointments. So on the first appointment, I got these, they tell you, I don't know if a lot of people tell you about these, but they are little pieces of plastic that are put on your teeth that keep your Invisalign in place and help move your teeth. So it's not just the trays that you get when you are in Invisalign. And they're called attachments. I have, I think, 13 attachments in on my teeth, but depending on how much of your teeth they have to move and how many things there have to be changed, they're going to put more attachments on. So because mine is basically just like the spacing, I don't have very many attachments. Like I said, I think I have 13 altogether, whereas some people might have like all of their teeth with the Invisalign or with the attachments on it. So it just depends on what your certain issues have to be fixed. Also with bands, so I think you've seen like when people with braces have rubber bands, you can also have rubber bands when you have Invisalign. And that's gonna have to do with, again, what has to move and what doesn't. I didn't have to have bands, so that's not really my experience. I can't speak to that, but depending on what issues you have to fix with your mouth, you might have to end up getting the bands. You might end up having way more attachments on your teeth. So up close, if I turn my head this way, you can see these like attachments on my teeth. I have some right there, right here. And they are on specific teeth. I guess whenever they send your scans to Invisalign, Invisalign decides which ones on your teeth need to move and which ones don't, and whatever, they figure it out from there. And then that's how many attachments they put on your teeth. You don't have a say-so in that. So when I was finally able to get my Invisalign in, first of all, before they order your retainers, they take scans of your teeth. And it's like a little like remote thing that they are putting in your mouth and like showing from all different directions, which basically creates like a picture mold, instead of like actually like biting into a mold and sending that like clay off to Invisalign. Instead they take like pictures basically, and it builds like a computer simulation of what your mouth looks like, and they send that off, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks before your trays are delivered to your orthodontist. So when they deliver your trays, you make an appointment and you come in. That's when you get the attachments. Attachments are super easy, they don't hurt. They just put glue on all your teeth and then put the attachments on. It takes like maybe 5-10 minutes, and then they give you your trays. So you get a box like this, and these are what all of your trays are in. I ended up having 25 trays. Again, what you have depends on how many trays you have, depends on everything they have to fix with your teeth. Some people's trays and some people's like Invisalign experience could take a couple years initially, plus like the retainer phase, and then some people's don't. So I have 25 trays for the initial program. I'm on tray 12 now, or I'm on 11, then I have one more tray before I go back. I don't like, some people have to go back every like 6 weeks. They gave me half of my trays up front, and I go back for them to give me the other half of my trays, and for the orthodontist to look at my teeth. So they give you a box like this that has like whatever number of trays that you are supposed to get. And then this is what the packages look like. Like I said, I'm on tray 11. This is bag 12. And you have your liners in it. It's like sealed off. And however many you're supposed to do. Some people change it every 2 weeks. Some people change it every 1 week. I had to change mine once a week. And actually, like, rip this open, take the old ones out, put the old ones in this bag, and I keep this bag for a week until I switch to the next week, so that if I do end up losing the current ones I'm in, I can go back to the old ones instead of switching to the new ones. So yeah, keep this, throw the old ones away. And you also get this like sleek black looking box, and in the box you get like a pamphlet up here that I've never looked at. You also get your case for your Invisalign, and then you also get these cleaning crystals. My the technician that was helping me with learning how to do it, she basically said to save these because you don't need it, especially for me changing them once a week. Like, she just told me to use my toothbrush to brush these out and not use the cleaning crystals. But she said to like hold on to them because I do have to wait like a few days after my 12th tray before I get my next pack of 13. So she says to just save these until then, because then I will want to like wash them in that. So I have not used any of these. I know that there's some videos that tell you to like go buy the dentures cleaners or whatever. I haven't needed to do that. Every time I brush my teeth, I also brush the trays. And this is what your Invisalign case looks like. They used to have like the red and blue ones, but this one looks obviously a little bit more sleek. And I carry this with me everywhere that I go. Usually, if I don't, I do the no-no and put them inside of a napkin, but you gotta adjust to your circumstances. So, other than that, I wanted to tell you guys about what you really care about, and that is pricing. So I took some notes for you guys, and I wanted to let you guys know the breakdown of how much I actually had to pay to get my Invisalign. Sorry for looking down. I wanted to make sure that I let you guys exactly know what I paid, and so I have to read off of this. So basically, for the retainers, it cost $4,950 just for the retainers, just for getting these. Then an additional $500 for your retainers at the end, the ones that don't move your teeth, they just keep them in place. And then $300 in total for the scans, the photos, the little pictures they have to take of your teeth to send it off to Invisalign, stuff like that. And then a $900 Invisalign charge that Invisalign apparently charges the orthodontist to be able to use their products. So in total, it costs $6,650 for Invisalign. Now, my insurance covers 30%. But because my insurance in the orthodontist that I went to is within network, there's some type of like deal between the insurance and the people that they work with in network, to where there's like a specific discount that they automatically give the insurance to not have to cover. So for me, that was like $1,600, I think. And so because of the discounts, it looks like the insurance with the discount thing covered $4,308.30 of the overall price. Not to say that the insurance pays that much, but they pay that plus whatever discount they get because I went to an orthodontist that's within network. Whereas if I went to an orthodontist that was outside of my network, I would have had to cover whatever that percentage was that they discounted from my insurance. I would have had to pay that out of pocket, but I didn't end up having to do that. So for me, the total cost would have been $2,341.70. Now, I did not end up having to pay that much. Now, let me tell you why. So I signed up for a flex spending account through my job. So a flex spending account is separate from your insurance, and it's something where they take a little money out of your paycheck every month for the flex spending account, and you can use the flex spending account on pretty much like a lot of different things that are medical. Like, yeah, you can spend it on like dental work, you can do upgrades on your glasses. They'll pay for like different medicines and stuff like that. They'll reimburse any co-pays. It's a really cool thing, which is why I always sign up for it, for the flex spending account. And so I use the flex spending account to pay a majority of my portion of my Invisalign. So the flex spending account ended up covering $2,100 worth of my portion of the Invisalign. So out of pocket, I ended up paying $241.70. The rest was reimbursed to me, and that was the full percentage of my the full cost of my Invisalign. So I hope this video gave you guys as much information as you needed to make your decision on whether or not you wanted to go with traditional braces or Invisalign, or if you considered just getting Invisalign and you really need to know the price. Obviously your price could vary depending on what insurance you have. I have a pretty good insurance. Well, I have a really good insurance through my job, so that's why mine worked out the way that it did. So be warned that you possibly might not, or you might end up having to pay much more than what I did. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.